Good morning, and it's a first thing in the morning. So I probably look like, well, I don't want to say. Anyway, it is a good morning. You know, we hear of this, all these things going around, the viruses, the plague of the locust that's hitting. These are bad people. There's people going through a lot of hard stuff right now. And we need to be praying for all these people that they would find peace with God, find strength to go through what they're going through. We need to pray for ourselves, but we don't need to panic. What good is that going to do? We got a brain up here, we got to use it, we got to think, but we've got to be calm, we've got to trust. You know, woke up thinking about this, but I woke up with these scriptures in such a peace this morning. I just wanted to share it with you. Um, Yea, though I walk through the valley of death, I will fear no evil. I will fear no evil. He leads us beside still waters, not rushing waters. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. Now listen to this part of it. There's just different parts of it that are really speaking to me this morning. He prepares a table for us in the presence of our enemies. So when we think preparing a table for us, when we're feeding, it's a joy. It's when we have a meal, we break bread. But God prepares a table for us in the presence of our enemies. If God, then going over to the New Testament, if God be for you, who can be against you? The locust can't. The virus can't. I think about history and previous Christians. There were some that were being burned at the stake because they didn't believe just like the Catholics did, and so they were going to be burned at the stake. The Catholics at that time were doing that. Sorry, but that's just history. But this, I can't think of his name right now because my brain is not fully awake yet, but I just had to share this with you. I want to share this. It is such a blessing to my heart in the midst of all this. This one was, they were getting ready to burn him and this other saint at the stake. And this was written down in the history. You can find a lot of these things in the Catholic history books themselves, of some of the things that were done. And another good one book that really tells a lot about the martyrs in the past is called Fox's Book of Martyrs. It's I know it's sad and it's horrible to think about all the different ways that people have died, and it doesn't seem like a great thing, but when you see their attitudes and how they love the Lord Jesus Christ, and it wasn't about fighting with others and in over petty things. They were standing for truth and what was right and for the word of God, and they died for it. They were burned at the stake. They were fed to animals. Their babies were taken. I don't even want to say what happened. Anyway, but when you read the Fox's Book of Martyrs, to me it was an encouragement in the saints. But this one saint, he says because of how their attitude was. Attitude makes a big difference in things. And the one says, we're going to really, because they're getting ready to make them human torches. He says, we're going to light up this whole city. They were going to bring light. Even in their death, they were thinking of bringing light to others. I know it was symbolic. They were physically going to be doing this, a horrible thought, but they were physically going to be bringing light in a horrible, horrible way. But they didn't look at the negative part. They looked at the positive part. They were lighting up the city for Jesus Christ. They were standing. It was a witness. I don't care what's going on around you, and sometimes it's really hard to deal with things, but it all has to do with an attitude of handling it. Thankfully, those of us that do believe in Jesus Christ know this is not our final home. If you don't believe in Jesus Christ and the scriptures, I don't want to push anything on you, but I have to share where my peace is coming from, where my joy comes from, no matter what goes on in my life. And I'm not trying to push anything. I'm just trying to tell you the joy where I find peace and where I find joy. And let me tell you, I've been through some hard things. I haven't had to burn at the stake. And I haven't had to see some things, but other things I have had to see some hard things in life. And it's only been God that's got me through it. Yeah, we need to be minded and be aware of what's going on around us. We can't just be like the ostrich and stick our head in the sand. But we don't need to panic. We don't need to. That's what the enemy wants. He wants us to be so afraid we can't see our noses in front of our face. He wants us to be so afraid we can't be a light to others. We can't guide others to safety. We can't even think straight or even see what's really going on. Sometimes all the panic today that's thrown at us, especially through the mainstream media, is to get our eyes off something else that they don't want you to see. I'm sorry, but mainstream media is not what it was when I was growing up, and even then there was a lot of propaganda, but not like it is now. It's all propaganda. Years ago, and this is before our President Trump, this is years ago. For some reason, God has revealed and shown me a lot of stuff years ago that from the 70s on. And I don't like getting into politics, but this is really important right now. There's a fight for our country. There are those who want to tear our country down, and there are those that may not be perfect, but that are trying to save our country. If you want to say, but I don't know who's right, first of all, don't listen to mainstream media. It's propaganda. I'm sorry, but I've got to share this with you all. They're not letting I get people that subscribe to my channel, and it looks like YouTube's not letting it count anyway. I don't know if it's just that, if it's just the system. I don't know. But I'm not growing anyway, so I'm going to share truth with you. Don't listen to mainstream media. It's propaganda. I knew years ago, long before our president, that they were putting people in the mainstream, especially during the Obama era. They were putting people in the mainstream era from them that weren't even newscaster people. They were from that political ideology, and I was upset about it then. I saw them taking out all of our good generals and stuff, a whole bunch of them all at once. I said, what's going on? Why are they doing this? Well, I'll let you figure that out. Yeah, and a president has a right to do all that stuff, but I'd never seen it done like that before. Our president has a right to take people out of his administration that have been stabbing him in the back. That it's not wrong if people are not being supportive behind your administration. Every president has taken people and switched them around. It's just how it's done, which kind of people, But I don't want to get into all the politics side. I just want to say there may be all kinds of stuff going on right now, but you're going to have to pray about it if you're a Christian. If you're not a Christian, you need to not be totally blind. Don't let someone just pump the emotions on you to get you all fired up in one direction and not be thinking logically and look at the real circumstances that are going on. Don't listen to a bunch of propaganda. Don't get brainwashed. It's so hard when you're so many people are just trying to work and make ends meet and survive, so it's hard to do research. It's hard. Well, then take a look at the other side. Don't just look at one side. Don't listen. Don't be scared to death because of all the things that are coming out. Be wary of it. Now, the rest of this video, I'm going to show you a clip of a few things that I'm doing. I can't do much. I'm not very strong. I don't have a lot of money. There's a lot of things I can't do, but there's little things. I just keep plowing. I thought I've got to grow potatoes. Potatoes are a good food. If in case there is a food shortage for a few months, hopefully we'll get back on track if something happens. You need to be somewhat prepared, not panicked, prepared. The P word, not panic, prepared. The good P word, prepared. But don't panic. Just keep going with what you can do. So I thought, I got to figure out a way to grow potatoes. I have so many bugs here, and I threw some in the ground last year. Didn't work. Didn't see not even one sprout. So I'm growing. You'll see if this other clip what I'm doing. Trying something new. Just keep on working at it. Keep on plugging. Keep on doing what you can do. I can only do so much in one day. I've never been a real physically strong person. And I don't really have anyone to help me occasionally I'll grab my son or something, but he's working out hours away now, and my granddaughter, she's busy with life, so I don't get to see her a whole lot, and it's just me, basically. I don't get to see anybody too much. Occasionally, I got some flowers. Aren't these beautiful? Thank you, Kyle. But yeah, I just wanted to share with you a few things. If God be for us, who can be against us? That brought me a lot of peace. And no matter, even if you're going, I have a beloved niece that I love that's, she's in hospice. And she said she's prepared. You know, she said she thinks a lot about God lately. And I'm glad for that. And this is hard not to cry talking about this. But you can't panic. You can't. You've got to hold. You can't. I'm sorry. I'm very emotional because I talked about my niece. But so many people I love. I love you all. I don't, you people out there. I see some wonderful people on YouTube. And I'm thankful for you. Don't be afraid. Don't be scared. It's you just keep going, doing what you can do. Homesteaders are on the right track. I can't really homestead. I don't even own my own place, and life is real unsure for me right now in a lot of ways. But that's okay. I have so many blessings. Even my little dogs that are with me, I love them. Little dogs are so sweet. My plants, I love working with my plants. I have sunshine. I woke up this morning not in pain. I was so excited. It's been the first time in weeks and weeks and weeks I haven't woke up in pain. And I was just thinking, God, thank you. I am not in pain this morning. This is awesome. And but then I was thinking about all this other stuff that's going on, that they're throwing at us about the locust and how they can go up to the 3,000-foot air current level, and they can even cross the oceans. And there's a lot of ifs of what could happen in life. We'll deal with that when it happens. In the meantime, we just live day to day. Try to be prepared. The P word, prepared, not panic. Panic is not the P word, the good P word. The good P word is prepared. Just do what you can. Some can do more than others. All you can do is what you can, and I'm not going to keep saying things over and over. I just wanted to share, try to give you some words of encouragement, and I'm going to hook on another little clip here of a few things that I'm doing. Small, maybe some are doing the same thing. But anyway, God bless you, and I hope I haven't been too silly. I haven't even had a chance to drink a sip of water yet. I just wanted to get up, turn this camera on, and share what I was laying there thinking with you all. Bye-bye now.